Hi, this is Tim from fititmidlife.com. Today, I've got the brand new Project Rock 3 training shoe from Under Armour. This is a first look and unboxing, but we're going to talk fit, sizing, feel, first impressions. This is a pretty awesome shoe, so stick around. All right, the UA Project Rock 3 training shoe. Most important thing you need to know right out of the gate, these run short and narrow. So I ordered men's size 11. This normally works great for me in all the Under Armour running shoes and the Tri-Base Rain 2. It is simply too small, too tight in the Project Rock 3. So the problem is the toe area is very pointy. Like my toes are up here and this is just not enough width, and the length as well. So my toes are right up against the toe guard in an uncomfortable fashion. Half size up minimum. Maybe more, I don't know, because I've only got one pair here. These are going to have to go back, or I'm going to have to get a second pair, but that is the most important thing to know. Go 1/2 size up. All right, Project Rock 3 training shoes, stretchy knit upper. You got pull tabs on the front part and the heel. Very close sock-like fit. As discussed, these are too small for me. You can see my foot is really jammed in there, especially up front here in the toes. Go half size up, go half size up. Maybe even more, I don't know. I'm gonna have to send these back. Let's put the other one on. Very comfortable though. I love the upper, I'm digging it. I definitely want to get a pair of these that work for me. So let's take a look. Looks good. 8mm heel to toe drop. Pretty minimum of cushioning. They're quiet, not noisy. They don't squeak. The heel's not overly noisy. And check out that outsole. The Iron Paradise logo from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Overall, I am digging the shoe. I want to get a pair that fit me correctly. All right, so with the sizing disclaimer out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at these shoes. Under Armour Project Rock 3 training shoe, designed in conjunction with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and approved by The Rock. At least that's what the marketing materials tell us. What do they claim for this shoe? So it's a training shoe. But in the marketing materials, they also describe it as being a weightlifting shoe. Now, my interpretation of that is not an Olympic weightlifting shoe per se, but a general weightlifting shoe like bodybuilding, powerlifting, maybe some lightweight Olympic lifting and stuff like that. They claim you'll get stability in the base for power. I don't know about stability, but it looks really cool. It's got The Rock's Iron Paradise steerhead logo there. Looks great. They also claim responsive cushioning to give you back energy. So you can see hover, the zero gravity hover foam, and UA's compression energy web as well is present. Lastly, a cooling upper so your feet don't overheat. They call the shoe the intersection of comfort and stability. So we're going to dissect all those marketing terms and kind of give you the straight shoot on what the shoe is actually like. So we'll dive into that next. Let's start from the bottom up. Let's look at that cool outsole again. So first of all, I give this 10 of 10 points for looking awesome with the Tri-Base. I love that design. I know it's a functional piece as well, right? This thing's super rigid, supposed to be 3 points of stability and maximum grip and contact area and all that good stuff. Look at that cool steerhead logo on there. That is really neat. And in the forefoot, this rubber feels very grippy. It's got some flex grooves, but this is not your shoe for forefoot flexibility. It's very stiff up front. The traction overall feels excellent so far. I've worn this out and about a bit. I've done some light workouts. And I can say the heel is very stable as well. So this is definitely a shoe that you can lift weights in. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Let's talk about the cushion then. So hover foam, that is UA's quote unquote zero gravity feel, energy return, not unlike Nike's React foam, really. And in the running shoes with hover foam, it does feel like Nike's React foam. So the idea is that there's foam in the midsole, gives you energy return, gives you a little bit of bounce, a little bit of spring and step. I got to be honest, I don't feel it in this shoe. It is not a running shoe. It doesn't have amounts of hover foam like the running shoes with hover foam. In fact, the cushioning, quite frankly, feels quite minimal to me. So I really don't get that sensation of energy return and things like that. The other aspect to the midsole is this. This is called the Energy Web compression. It contains and molds the foam. So the foam, I think that's the foam right there, but there's more foam on the inside or something as well. And it is a minimally cushioned shoe, I would have to say, because it is for lifting weights, right? Just as their marketing materials indicated. The Tri-Base on the bottom, of course, is also a feature shared with the UA Tri-Base Rain 2, a shoe that I really, really like. And what's the heel-to-toe drop on this thing? It is 8 millimeters. You can feel it, too, when you put it on. Your heel is definitely up higher than your toes. 8 millimeter heel-to-toe drop. Definitely more drop than you would have in an average cross-trainer, right? We'll do a few cross-trainer comparisons here shortly, but there is a good amount of drop here. If it's a shoe specifically for weightlifting, that's not terrible because it's not a ton of drop, but it's not minimal drop either, right? So all those moves where you're getting down on the floor kind of minimize the ankle flexibility that you need when you're squatting down to get the bar, whether it's a deadlift, whether you're doing thrusters or, standing exercise where the barbell starts on the floor. Having some drop is going to be helpful. But it's not an awkward amount of drop like in a Olympic lifter, right? 19, 20, 22 millimeters. When you walk around in those shoes, they have so much drop they feel ridiculous, quite frankly, when you're walking around in those. So 8 millimeters of heel-to-toe drop. There is what they call an external heel counter. So that's what this is. Hard plastic, kind of helps contain your heel. In there, there's this is the heel cup effectively, so it's basically on the outside, right? A lot of shoes have this on the inside, but it's there on the outside. Let's dissect the upper for a bit. So first of all, let me say, I am digging this upper. So this knit, stretchy, flexible, lightweight, single layer, look at that. You can see perforations, and you can see this thing is super stretchy. Very comfortable. It reminds me of Nike's original Flyknit in that it's stretchy all over and it's truly a sock-like fit. You even get kind of that gator sock elastic feel around here and a pull tab because it's a fairly tight-fitting shoe. Certainly because it runs wrong in sizing, but I think, when you have a sock-like stretchy upper like this, it's supposed to fit like a sock, which would be quite tight. And you also get a pull tab here on what would be the tongue. But let's look closer. This is, again, very stretchy knit material. It's soft. It's like a sock. Not very tough, though, right? This is not meant to take a lot of abrasion or anything like that. So certainly in this area here, it's going to be prone to wearing out if you subject it to abrasion. There's a toe guard there, make no mistake, and the compression energy web's pretty tough. This part's a little tougher. It's still something soft. It's not like TPU. It's not rubber. It's still some kind of material. So I think these will not have fantastic durability of the upper, but I don't think that's what they intended, right? They're not marketing this as a CrossFit shoe. They're marketing it as a weightlifting training shoe, gym shoe. You don't see anything like a rope wrap per se, not like Rope Pro, not like the rope wrap on the Nike shoes. This is not really designed for that kind of activity, is my guess. The laces, they look cool. I like it. It's got like a digital, almost like a digital camo looking pattern on there. They look cool. They work well. I love laces. I don't like all these laceless gimmicks that some of the other makers put on these shoes. Make them tight, make them loose. But in either case, it's such a stretchy upper, it's going to feel fairly tight anyways. But the laces look good and they work. It's an expensive shoe, $140. And, if it's going to be that much, I want the laces to look good. I want the whole thing to look good. And I think it does. Other stuff. So you can see they've almost got kind of almost like a flyer wire kind of thing going on here. They've got some cloth, or excuse me, some like, I don't know how to describe these, but they're pretty thick and tough, wrapped around the base of the laces. Then you've got sort of these cloth straps, similar to what they've done on the Tri-Base Rain 2 and 1. And, you know, that helps tighten the whole thing up. How much does it weigh? 13.4 ounces for a U.S. men's size 11. It's a training shoe, so not going to be lightweight like a running shoe. Not a super heavyweight either, though. I'm pleasantly surprised. It's tall. You'll see when I compare to the other shoes. It's got that big padded Achilles pad here, a very padded collar, comes up very high. It's nice and comfortable. There seems to be a lot to it. So pleasantly surprised that it was actually not that heavy. Here's a noise test, Project Rock 3 versus Metcon 6. That super firm Metcon heel is definitely louder. All right, so let's compare the Project Rock 3 to the Nike Metcon 6, because it's always good to compare against something else to get a kind of a baseline. So the Metcon 6, by the way, it's another shoe where I recommend you go half size up. And from my view here, like this, the toe is so pointy. It's even pointier than on the Metcon 6, and that's part of the problem. So this is an 11.5, that's an 11. Similarities here, of course, Nike now has the super perforated upper. This Project Rock 3 has a very stretchy knit upper with also large perforations. Should be really good for breathability on this shoe, I expect. The difference, though, this is tough. This is very tough and thick. So I don't know if you can tell the thickness there. The material's very thick, not stretchy. And look what they've done. There's reinforcement on all the high wear areas, right? All around here, all the way up in this area, right, where your big toe is digging into the ground and stuff like that. Comparatively speaking, you get nothing but just knit, soft material. I'm worried this part will wear out if you use these like a true cross trainer. That's my initial thought. Rope wrap on the 6, of course. You don't really have a rope wrap on this, and this upper is more delicate. The 6 is a 4 millimeter heel to toe drop, but you can drop in the hyperlifts to turn the 6 into a 12 millimeter heel to toe drop shoe. So I like that. I think it makes it extra versatile, gives you more for your money, right? It's almost like having two different pairs of shoes, one with a very low profile drop and one with a significant heel raise for when you're doing all those squatting motions. That said, remember this one is 8 millimeters heel to toe drop, so kind of middle, right in between, but there's no hyperlifts to lose or misplace or anything like that. And quite frankly, this heel feels way more comfortable to me because I like the tall heel, I like the Achilles pad. Whenever I put the hyperlift in the 6, this is too low. It feels like I get heel slip. It feels very uncomfortable on my heel in particular. Speaking of heels, the width, I'll give it's hard to tell. I don't have them lined up exactly. I'll give a slight tiny edge in heel width to the 6, but not by much. Probably not enough to make a difference you would notice. And, both all rubber, flat outsole, high traction, high grip. Nothing really to complain about in either shoe. They give great grip. I know the Metcon outsole has been very durable on my Metcon 5s, and it's basically unchanged on the 6. So I expect it will last a long time. I'd be amazed if anyone can wear out a Metcon 5 or 6. I can't do it because I have so many pairs of shoes. Like I can't put the mileage on it, so to speak, to wear one of these out. I'd be interested to hear if anyone out there has actually done that on a Metcon 5. Let me know, by the way, if you have. So how about weight? Well, you've got 14 ounces versus 13.4. So that's a bit surprising, right? Because look how tall and how much bigger the UA shoe looks compared to the Metcon. But, what do we know? This is feather light. This whole upper is very light. This is heavier. That big, expansive rope wrap, that's all solid rubber. That makes a lot of extra weight. And because you can remove the midsole from the Nike 6, there is a decent amount of foam on the inside here. There's a good amount in the midsole of this shoe as well. Like I'm compressing it down here, like that. Almost that whole thing is something, right? Rubber, hover foam, energy web, etc. Yet it still ends up being 0.6 of an ounce lighter than the Nike Metcon 6. Does it matter in a shoe that you're lifting weights how heavy it is? Not really, but I think it's an interesting point to compare. Forefoot flexibility. The Project Rock 3 has almost 0, and the Nike has much. So there's a potential difference there if that matters to you. And most importantly though, so we talked about the drop, but what about the actual cushion in the shoe, in the forefoot and in the heel and things like that? Well, to my subjective feeling, the Metcon 6 has slightly more cushion in the heel and a lot more cushion in the forefoot. The Project Rock 3 feels minimally cushioned all over for me. So in the heel and the forefoot, doesn't have a ton of cushion. Therefore, I feel like the Metcon 6 is definitely the better shoe if you're doing a CrossFit functional fitness style workout where you're doing box jumps and sprints and jumping rope and lifting heavy. This would be a great shoe for in the gym, lifting weights. I'm going to go bodybuild. I'm just going to, move the barbell around for an hour and a half, which I love those kind of workouts, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I do agree after thinking about this is the intersection of stability with comfort. This upper sock-like fit, it is really good. I put it on. I was like, ooh, I like these. But then, fear and panic set in as I decided they were just way too narrow and they're going to have to go back, or I'm going to have to get another pair or something. But I do feel like this is the intersection of comfort and stability. Should be a great shoe in the gym. Let's check the Project Rock 3 versus Nano X, Nano 10 on noise. Sounds about like a tie. Both are pretty quiet. Okay, but what about the Reebok Nano X, Nano 10? Some similarities here, right? At least the height of the shoe is similar. Both have a really tall collar, padded, tall Achilles pad. Very comfortable. Love the way this fits and feels. It's great. Even taller here on the Project Rock 3. Stretchy upper on both. So this is stretchy, not as stretchy. With this, we already saw is very stretchy. What's the difference though? This is super tough. The Nano X, Nano 10, very durable. The upper, it feels like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like last year's Flex Weave. It's much better. It's more comfortable because it's stretchy to me, and it is very, very tough, whereas this would be delicate. Traction-wise, all rubber outsoles on both. Cushioning, I feel like the Nano X, Nano 10 really doesn't have a ton of cushion. I say it's less cushion than the 6 to my, subjective feeling wearing them side by side with the Metcon 6. I think there's less cushion in the forefoot and the heel of the Nano X, and there's not much cushion in these either. So I think they're close twins as far as the minimal amounts of cushioning, just feeling very stable and things like that. The difference, of course, being this is an 8mm heel-to-toe drop. This is a 4mm heel-to-toe drop. Nothing like the hyperlifts on the Nano. You get what you get, and it is 4mm heel-to-toe drop. Speaking of running, Reebok calls the Nano 10 Nano X runnable. It's got a decoupled outsole and midsole so that when you heel strike, the shock, at least not as much of the shock, is transmitted to the rest of the foot. To be honest, I don't feel it. I don't care for running in these because they are so minimally cushioned, especially in the heel. When I heel strike, it's like all the force goes right up into my knee and my hip. And I'm at that age where I can feel I can feel every footstep without cushion for sure. What do I recommend for running? Real running shoes with cushion. At least that's what works for me. I have not attempted to run in these yet, and quite frankly, I'm not going to go out and run in these because they're not running shoes. They're just not, right? They are comfortable shoes for in the gym and lifting weights. So, on that note, let's maybe go try the Project Rock 3 in the actual gym, my home gym, my garage, the outdoors, the pool yard, and whatnot. Let's see how it actually works. All right, how about some front squats? Let's take a barbell, clean it up to the rack position. The 8mm heel to toe drop on the Project Rock 3 is a natural fit for this kind of stuff. Front squats here, just enough heel raise to be nice. I've got a wide stance, that's what I have to do. I don't go super deep either, but you know, this is about all the heavy squatting I do nowadays. I get all the benefit I need from this amount of weight. But the shoe, great fit for this kind of stuff. It is perfect. Very stable, very solid. A match made in heaven. Let's set the bar down. See some other stuff here. How about some heavy deadlifts? Another gym favorite, especially of mine. Gonna keep the feet close together there. Try to keep the bar close to the shins as we come up. Double overhand grip. Lock out at the top. Hold it for a bit. Good workout for the traps and the grip. I really love the deadlift. Hey, what's my garage floor made out of? Jello? Did you see all that shake? Those are bumper plates, obviously. I don't know why it does that. It's concrete floor. How about another rep, just to make sure the first wasn't a fluke? Shoes are feeling good. I don't like a ton of heel raise on my deadlift shoes, but 8mm was fine. Felt great. Perfect shoes for heavy barbell lifts in the gym. But how about some Rogue Echo Bike? Now, I didn't think the shoes needed to be tested with an air bike specifically, but I have this thing and I love it, so I figured I'd drop some footage in here. Getting great grip in the front and the forefoot of the all-rubber outsole, the Project Rock 3. The Echo Bike itself, awesome piece of equipment, belt-driven fan. The intensity you can generate with this thing is insane. It's a lot of fun. Rock solid, too. How about the Concept 2 rower? Love this. Full body, low impact, great exercise, good piece of equipment. I was hoping the additional heel-to-toe drop in the shoes would help me with some of that heel coming up off the foot pedal there. You're supposed to keep your heels flat. Looks like I need to work on that yet a bit more. But overall, great shoe. Out here, hot Florida sun, the breathable upper with perforations, keeping me cool, helping me get rid of that excess heat. And overall, great shoe for your gym-style workouts. I approve. All right, so there you go. That is the Project Rock 3 training shoe from Under Armour. I liked it. It is a very nice shoe, gym shoe, training shoe, great for lifting weights. That stable tri-base outsole, the minimal cushioning in the heel, the 8mm heel-to-toe drop was great for deadlifts and front squats and things like that. It also works on the bike in the rower. The upper is stretchy, flexible, knit. Just remember, these run narrow, very pointy toe, short as well. I think you need to go half size up, but I can't say that with certainty because what I have here does not fit me perfectly. I will be getting a larger size in these and I will post a long-term update. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you liked it, please like, please subscribe. We post new shoe reviews regularly. Thank you. Have a good day.